Welcome to One Mic Media, and we are here today to discuss NFL Week 4 results and give our opinions on what we thought. Of course, I could not do this show without my panel, who's been here with me every week, and I appreciate them. Let's start with my man. We call him Mr. Google himself with the craziest takes. What's going on, Jeff?
What's going on, man? Come on, man. I got your own name. They gonna give me for copyright infringement or something.
You see behind me, got the One Mic Media back there right now. Got the One Mic Media shirt, so we're stepping this whole game up. But let me bring on my other guy, man. Can't do the show without him, of course. What's going on, Jordan?
Yeah, my guys, we definitely need shirts, bro. So
Sure.
I got you. We'll talk about that after the show. We can get through the show. This guy over here, we gotta wake him up a little bit, but we know we love his takes. What's going on, Toby?
Yo, what's going on?
And of course, this guy here, man, he was a special guest, but he becoming a regular now, man. So we got to invite him to the panel, man. My man Daryl, what's going on, man?
It's good, y'all. Appreciate y'all having me, man.
Yeah, I don't know. You moving away from special guest status right now, man. I like that for you. Anyway, let's get on started. But yeah, as Jordan was saying earlier, if you heard, yeah, we definitely gonna get some more shirts. I got this one. And a few more, any type of Jordan want a sweatsuit and stuff like that. So we'll have some One Mic Media merch coming out more and more. So week 4, week 4, guys. Let's talk about that. I want to start because Thursday night game was kind of whatever blah, so I kind of skipped over that. But I do want to talk about the 49ers. They win again. They pull away at the end of the game and they show their dominance. I want to talk about Christian McCaffrey and what's he been doing. And, he's now a legitimate MVP candidate. You think he can win, Jeff? Be the first running back in over a decade to win MVP?
I don't. Because honestly, remember when Derrick Henry went for 2K in 2016? I know they got bounced in the wild card, which was the lackluster performance for the fact that he ran for 2K and had 17 touchdowns. But, that's the feat right there. It used to be get 1,200,000 yards or whatever. Some feats are just higher. Now you get 2,000. You really just get a hand clap, but you just get that. You want any recognition for MVP. And since he didn't get it in 2016, I definitely don't see McCaffrey. I mean, it looks good. The NFL is just going away from it. It's a passing league. No way. They don't even want to pay them. Why would they even consider giving it to one of them to try and speak the value of the running back? It doesn't make any business sense for the NFL to let that happen. It won't happen because nobody cares if they haven't cared about 2K. And then on top of that, it's not. It's just let's just forget about it. Let's get some back.
Jordan, what you think, man?
Definitely.
I mean, what I would like to see it happen. I think he's deserving. Do I think it'll happen? I don't think so. Adrian Peterson was the last running back to win MVP. I think that was the year he had 2,000. I believe, because I believe he came off the injury.
2012.
He just went crazy. And then, right, Jeff mentioned, I mean, Derrick Henry's had 2,000. He didn't win the MVP. It's obviously a quarterback award. The last however many years, 10 plus, the quarterback has won it. So, but I hope he does it. I actually hope he does it.
So, Toby, let me switch to you. What do a running back got to do to win over a quarterback? Or do you think C-Mac can win it? What do you think, Toby?
I mean, I think he can win it, but it's not a high probability. It always depends what's going on with the quarterbacks. I mean, right now we got Tua, we got Pat Mahomes like always, and then we got maybe Josh Allen. I'm trying to think of other quarterbacks that's in it, but I think those are probably the three that could probably upset it, especially Tua. He's playing great so far, and Patrick Mahomes. So it's gonna be how good Patrick Mahomes is the rest of the season. He started off okay. Tua has looked better. People will say he's the favorite. If he falls off, if Patrick Mahomes doesn't really show that. I mean, he's already shown that he's great, but if he doesn't show us, if he doesn't not show us Patrick Mahomes like things, then Christian McCaffrey can come in and do it because how many touchdowns he had? 4 touchdowns. He's catching, he's running. Derrick Henry had 2,000 yards. To me, that was it. But I don't know who won MVP that year. But it's most likely a quarterback, and he had a great season. So if the quarterback season outshines the running back, then most likely he's going to go to the quarterback. Adrian Peterson only won it because he had 2K. He came off an injury. The story was just too crazy.
What are your thoughts, Daryl, on that?
And he dragged that team to the playoffs too.
Yeah, that too. It was us.
For me, I think he's not gonna get it because again the media they made the MVP the quarterback award, but he should be at least in consideration because just like what George said about AP back in 2012. First of all, I feel like Christian McCaffrey, he's an outlier type of player, and so far this season he's having an outlier type of season to the fact where you can't disregard the responsibilities he's having for the 49ers for winning so far. Just like you can't deny what Tua's doing for the Dolphins, or Josh Allen doing for the Bills, or back when AP did it for the Dolphins. For the Vikings. If you look at it, their offense runs through him. Once he's moving the chains, and they can move off that play action, get the guys in hand as far as Ayuk, Debo, and the fact is that as far as passing. Other than McCaffrey, Ayuk going off in the first game against the Steelers, Debo and Kittle, they really haven't went off so far this season. It's really been McCaffrey scoring touchdowns in I don't know how many games consecutively and scoring 4 so far. This past weekend, he definitely should be in consideration. And as far as what running backs need to do is do what he's doing as far as having the team, as far as the success of the offense running through him. That's the best chance, and I feel like he should be consideration. But at the end, I feel like they want to give it to whoever's playing, whichever QB played the best so far. At the end of the year.
Yeah, so that was 2020 where Derrick Henry had that 2K. Who won it was Aaron Rodgers, won the MVP.
I was going to say it had to be the Henry Mahomes.
What did I say? 16? I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's 2020. Aaron Rodgers won, and actually, Mahomes came in second. Derrick Henry came in third that season, even though he had the 2K. So, to your point, I don't know. But the touchdowns is really where I think McCaffrey can really get a chance. You know what I'm saying? Because, I know LaDainian Tomlinson won it, and he had 28 touchdowns.
I was gonna say, he'd have to do something like that. Right?
If he had 25 touchdowns or more, I think he can win it.
I would agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got Sean Alexander. Didn't Sean Alexander have 27 rushes?
Yeah. Or total touchdowns. Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Listen, this is the new NFL. He's got to have the 25 touches and 2K. That's the only way he's getting it.
No. I think he could get it if he did 25 plus tutties, and then if he had 2,500 yards, 2,500 scrimmage yards. You know what I'm saying? If he had 2,500 yards total and 25 plus touchdowns, then that's okay, that's legendary. I don't know if
he can get that. He can get that.
I don't
100 each
that
game.
That would be crazy. He's definitely gonna get 1,000 rushing receiving this year. He's definitely gonna have 2,000.
We can damn near get 100 receiving.
If he listen, the stand is 2K. The 25 touchdowns is the bonus. It's
a touchdown, bro.
Even if he has 2,000 plus and 25 touchdowns, then he should be top 2 or 3 for sure. That's you know what I'm saying? That's a lot. Yeah. In today's game for a running back, that's a lot. So that's impressive.
If he gets 25 touchdowns, he's got to be running the ball a lot to open the passing up to be getting that.
25 total. If he gets 2 a pop, he's averaging at least 1 a game. So that's already.
He already has the touches.
They
just feed him every game.
Okay. I would say the 2K.
And then right. He had a 4-banger. He had a 4-banger already in this week, and it's already week 3.
Because the tush push is such in my mind now. He could be getting easy ones from the 1-yard line. He did nothing to get him down there for. So now we could be looking at it hey, how many 1-yard chip-ins did he have after Ayuk went off or went all the way down the field, or Kittle, or
Man,
listen,
here
Purdy's
you
not
go.
bad.
You've been listening to this man.
Why is
Too
they
much, okay? You've been listening to
I'm
this
just
man.
saying, like, he opened up a thought, like, yo, let's be real. How many easy ones are cats getting? And classifying them as yo,
Bro,
they balling
no.
out all season.
Bro, that shit ain't easy because not everybody's from doing the push tush correctly.
True.
So
Like,
that shit ain't
tried it
easy.
this
Listen,
week,
but
it ain't work.
Other teams
even if
getting-
it's not
getting that
push
shit shut
push,
down.
even if it's just a cat getting in from the 1 yard line after his team got him all the way, like remember how you say bring the fat dudes in off like a defensive lineman in, like yo here, you
I
go
mean-
run it in. Imagine a dude did that every game, right? And he had 16 touchdowns. So we saying he should be in MVP consideration. Like,
but see, Matt go also had about 2,000 yards from scrimmage too. You got to add that up too.
Yeah, right. 2K total. Like,
Nah,
but he has 7 tutties right now altogether. He's got 7.
He got 7 in 4 games, bro. He can do it. I'm saying.
I mean, you say that, but like, David Montgomery has 5, Kyron Williams has 5, Kenneth Walker has 5. Like, I don't know.
All right, here's a question, real quick, off the topics. Who's your MVP right now, then? If it's not C Mac,
Josh Allen.
same for everybody.
Josh Allen.
Josh Allen. Okay, all right. I'm gonna wait him too. Actually.
he gave
Josh
us
Allen.
scared the first game, and then we came back.
Nah, I'm going C-Mac right now.
Okay, all right. So we got that.
I respect it.
I mean, and also, I hate to say it, but like the one thing that he should garner more respect for is like everybody talks about like the influence that a quarterback has on the field because he's the one position that touches the ball every play. But the impact on the offense that Christian McCaffrey has, you can make the case to be more impactful than having one of those type QBs because they don't need one of them elite QBs because of that dude that they got back there. So that should give him more consideration, but who knows if they'll look at it that way.
But that's what I'm saying. Purdy not, but he balling out. Like,
No, he's
look,
not,
listen,
but
Josh Allen is doing this, but they still ain't get a running game. We've been saying this since freedom was over.
and he's elite.
Like, come on,
Because
man.
Josh Allen is elite.
Exactly. So that's why he would get it over Christian because Christian got a quarterback that alleviates some of the pressure.
But is
He's alleviating the pressure for him, not the other way around. It's not the other way around.
so when AP won it, right? Like Jordan said, he dragged him to the playoff. They were 10-6. What if the Niners are like 15-2? Know what I mean, and he doing that.
I think the record
Like,
is important. Like, if
Yeah,
that
it's
lineup
gotta be
finished with
important.
The best record that helps him a lot.
Yeah, if they got the best record in the league, hell yeah. Like, then he should get MVP for sure.
Yeah. I mean, I guess if he go run for 2K or no, that's out the park. I'm still not getting no fan votes on that. Like,
I don't think he'll run for 2K. I think he'll have 2K total from scrimmage.
okay.
But I think he'll have, 18 to 25 tutties. And like I said, if they got a great record, I don't know, man. I think it's a little better than you think. Because if AP got him when he was 10-6, like, I'm just saying.
Right, he's definitely gonna have 2K because he might have 1,500 yards rushing, whatever. But like his rushing numbers are gonna be, he's definitely getting 1,300. He's gonna be in the top 3. So
Yeah. Well, let me move on to the Sunday Night Football. The Chiefs. The Chiefs just survived, man, which wound up being a good game on against the Jets. And actually, I won 2 bets in the game. I bet live when they had the Jets plus 9.5. Actually, so I did won 2 bets on that game. But nevertheless,
he was
what-
over there sweating that thing too.
I was right.
You was sweating that thing when you placed it.
Yeah.
You put something on it. You was sweating, bro.
Yo, at the what was it?
You did. I know you was.
I think it was when the
I don't
Chiefs.
even know how you would have been that confident.
What 9.5?
Yeah.
Because when I was watching the game, I saw how it was going. The Jets started playing good. So I bet that live, though. I ain't bet it like before. Or not. Before the game, I took Chiefs money line or whatever like that. So I went the 2. But anyway, I like that live bet. You got to be in that live bet, yo. That's right. That's what's bad. But the Chiefs does survive, though. And what does that tell you about the Chiefs right now? And, any thoughts on the Jets? I mean, let me start with Daryl this time. Daryl.
Going in, I never would have thought Zach Wilson would have played better than Patrick Mahomes. That's exactly what happened. Like, he showed out that game. Like, he surprised me. Like, they didn't lose. I mean, he did have that late fumble, but they didn't lose because of him. The Chiefs definitely got saved by some late calls that kind of went their way, especially with that Sauce holding. I don't know what the rest saw. Like that wasn't too much. I don't think that deserved a flag whatsoever. But
That was definitely holding, bro. But go ahead.
Yeah.
I mean, and I don't know. I don't think it was over for me personally. But
Okay.
as far as like the Chiefs, I feel like they just coasting so far. I mean, they haven't really played. They haven't really put together a full complete game yet. But they're still 3-1. Their division. I mean, I feel like the past few years they were trying to hype up that division being one being most competitive in the league, and each year it hasn't turned out that way. I mean, as far as like the Chargers, maybe they could be competitive this year, but I feel like if they can get by coasting. I mean, like trying to find themselves throughout the league. I mean, throughout the middle part of the season and towards the end of the season, try to turn up and get ready for the playoffs. And the Jets, if Zach Wilson plays like that, they can win some games. Like they still got one of the best defenses in the league. You saw what they did to the Bills week 1, and you saw what the Bills did after that. They held. I mean, again, they saw what they did to Mahomes this past Sunday. So I mean, if the defense plays like that and Zach Wilson plays like that, confident and smart, like combination of both of those, I definitely saw that. I think that Aaron Rodgers effect of him being back with the team. So yeah, that's what I think.
All right. So what you think about that game, bro?
Didn't watch the whole game, but seeing what I needed to see. The Jets defense is good. That's what I took away from the Jets. On defense, they're good. They slowed down Patrick Mahomes. The Chiefs, like I said about the Eagles, they win. They get the W. That's what it's all about. The Jets, Zach Wilson, he played good. He played better than everybody expected him to. I believe he had that fumble towards the end of the game that basically cost them the game, though. So he's still liable to, cost them a game. The Jets are still a quarterback away, from seeing their true potential. The Chiefs, they got bailout calls. The Gardner hold, I wouldn't really call that one, but there was another one when Patrick Mahomes ran towards the end of the game, and the offensive tackle was holding. I think it was the lineman or one of the D linemen. It was a crazy hold. I feel like there's a personal agenda to, really low-key help the Chiefs. Situations like that, they want them to win. That's just me personally, though, when it comes to them. But the Chiefs, still a very good team. They're gonna win. Even last year, they didn't always blow people out. They had tough W's, and they ended up winning the Super Bowl. So, same thing this year. They got the W, and they're still like basically favorites to come out the AFC.
What do you think about the game, Jeff?
I mean, the Chiefs ran out the gates and really ran it up on them. 17 donuts, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, and then they let their foot off the gas. But that just tell you how good they are. Like, they ran it up on them. And it was one of those games where they fell asleep. I don't know. Maybe, maybe. Listen, man. Maybe Zach was playing for Taylor. You know what I'm saying? That looked like his kind of type of joint that he would like. That was that's the casualty of bringing your chick to the game, bro. Other cats play up but she there.
What?
So
Only Jeff.
He got chilled with that. He got to leave her at the crib. Tell her it's enough of that. Cats can play up. But I mean, the Chiefs, they gonna be fine, man. They gonna get bored. Toby, I mean, I feel you, personal gender, but you know what? What I've learned from sports is when the winners get certain little favoritism thingy. They have some little moments where it's like, all right, they the champs. They get away with this. They get away with that. It's been in basketball, football, baseball. When you're winning, you get away with a few things. So we might have seen some calls. I hope they don't do it as much because now we've seen it in the Super Bowl a little bit, and we've seen it in a game here, so it's kind of fresh in our memory. So I hope they don't get too out of character. But the Jets, the Jets, they the little brother of the New York City. And they never gonna get good. They never gonna be the Giants. They like the Mets. They never gonna be the Yankees. That's just how it is in New York for the Jets. I mean, and they never gonna be good. So we should just give up. They've had great all before, and it never works out.
Let me hear your thoughts, Jordan, on that game.
I mean, right, Chiefs got a dub. I thought that was the best game Zach Wilson's ever had in the NFL. If he could play like that, the Jets could be anybody. That gave them hope. That gave them some life. They're gonna smack Denver next week, and then I believe this week coming up they're gonna smack Denver, I believe, and then I believe they're gonna come to the Link, or we gotta go up Turnpike to whoop their ass. But, you know what I'm saying? So he ain't gonna be doing all that. But I like what I saw from him. Like I said, right, if he can play like that, they could beat anybody. The Chiefs are going to be the Chiefs. You know, they got a dub. Uncharacteristic shit from Mahomes we don't normally see. It was good. It was good. It was a good game plan, really, by the Jets defense. They even pointed it out They even pointed it out during the game in certain formations that they had. To basically, blanket, Kelsey and double him. And, you know what I'm saying? And they have the freedom, like they always mention, right? They have the freedom to do his own route and all this other shit, but they got it. They play better. Jets defense just outplayed them. You know what I'm saying? So
you got the Jets over the Broncos this week?
Are you serious? You guys for real?
I was asking. Okay, all right, interesting.
Tough game.
Tough game.
Gonna be close.
What? It's gonna be
Tough
close.
It's gonna be close. It's gonna be close.
The Jets.
I mean, just
over the
because
Broncos?
Zach, I mean, he did play a good game. But he was still
Yo, listen. I mean,
Wow, man.
the Broncos.
I mean, last week
Wow, man.
They
they
won,
won. Last
bro.
week they won.
They beat the Bears.
Your Bears.
My Bears.
Your Bears.
It took
Your
two
Bears.
turnovers from Justin Fields for them
Your
to
boy.
Your boy,
Yeah, whatever.
your Bears. Like,
Listen, money line, Jets, book it.
Okay, we'll get to our picks later on. Yeah, I agree with everybody's take on the Chiefs and the Jets. Zach Wilson played well, not well enough to win. I think Rodgers coming back. Maybe no, he'll be back next year or whatever like that. But
He keeps talking this year though.
he ain't gonna make it
He,
this year.
he is talking, man. I don't know.
I mean, he was walking. He was walking.
They have
on
to.
Sunday. He was
They have to
walking.
get to the playoffs first.
Yeah,
They have to get to the playoffs.
The Chiefs have these games. They even last year before, they played down the competition. They win close games. They beat the Raiders by 1 last year. I remember we know they trash, and they still beat them by 1. So stuff happens. So it happens. So it's all good. Then they beat them by 18 the next game. So it happens.
Now wait, okay, okay.
Here we go. Moving forward.
wait, what?
I got some.
Monday Night Football. Seattle Seahawks in the easiest bet of the year. Beat the Giants. But let's talk about the Seahawks because I think they don't get enough talk in the media or anywhere like that. And they 3-1. They're playing pretty good. So what's your thoughts on their ceiling, Jeff? Let me start with you.
I like them. They actually are like a dark horse. I need Gino to just show me it one time, and I think he's got the formula. Pete always reinvigorates people, and he's got a personality. I guess it makes him feel youthful again. He's playing really good ball. They got running backs galore. Really, they got options if you ask me. And I'm still trying to figure out why they sat down the boy Cabernet. But I got to go look at some film and see what's going on with that. But this, the Seahawks overall have a good team. The wide receiving core, I believe it could be, top 10, honestly, in the league. With DK and Lockett, that combination itself is a winning combination. But I just need Gino to prove it to me. The ceiling may be playoffs, first round.
Okay, Jordan, what you think, man, about Seahawks?
Yeah, I mean they're a good team. They have good pieces all over, but they're going to be a wild card team because they're not going to win their division. And then, so what team are you fighting with for the wild card? Well, who do you got winning the South? Maybe I got Tampa winning the South.
I got Tampa, yeah.
So you're fighting with the Saints. I'll take Seattle. Then, you're fighting with Philly or you're fighting with Dallas. You're going to take Philly or you're going to take Dallas. In the North, the Lions are winning the division. So are they going to be better than Green Bay? I don't know yet. Are they going to be better? Are they better than Minnesota? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So they're going to be fighting with those teams. So do I see them better than all those other teams that aren't going to win the division? Maybe not except for either Philly or Dallas. I think Philly's going to win the division. So Dallas going to be a wild card. They're not going to be better than Dallas. So they're probably going to be the 2 wild card teams.
Okay. So, what's your thoughts on Seattle and their?
Seattle, their ceiling is get to the point. Wild card. You know, if they get out the wild card divisional round exit, you know, I see them going to wild card though. Gino's a good, solid quarterback, but he's not on that level where you see them making any real noise. But if you want your team to get to the playoffs, which I would like, as a Steelers fan, that's what they're gonna do. They're gonna get to the playoffs.
Daryl, let me switch. How many games you see them winning? The Seahawks. They're 3-1 now.
So, I mean, NFC, I see 10, 11 in that ballpark.
That's a pretty good season for them. 11-6.
Their peak, I see them getting the win wild card weekend, but I feel like that's about it after that because I feel like they just under the top 3 in the NFC as far as the Eagles, Niners, and Lions. I put Lions in there as far as the top 3. I think they're right under that.
Okay.
As far as the I like their pieces. I mean, Devon Witherspoon, he's balling out so far this season. They got a lot of pieces, but I think they're just right under that top echelon for the NFC.
Okay, all right. This came across my timeline. Eagles serve warning by NFL on brotherly shove. Trying to get rid of that thing by the end of this, by the end of next year.
They don't like it. They don't want nobody that had the advantage. Now, if other teams would have successfully did it, they would probably have left it alone.
We just signed Bradley Roby. We might get Chase Claypool.
Okay.
That's heavy.
You don't need Chase Claypool. You're receiving from fine. It might even mess with the receiver room, to be honest with you.
Why do you want Chase Claypool?
Right.
We do need kind of a slot third. I mean, Quez is hurt. Zeke, I can't pronounce his name. But he's pretty good. But I think Chase Claypool could be possibly a better, slot receiver than both of them.
He run that jet sweep too.
He'd be a great addition to I think the team as a slot receiver.
He needs to go somewhere else where he can get more reps and more catches.
Yes,
but anyway.
He'd have the chance to fight for that third. I mean, Quez is just not. Who knows?
I want to give some love to Seattle because they are 3-1. They had a good season last year. That's why I'm going to put him on the show. Gino playing good. Like people thought his career was over, and he done resurrected. I think Pete Carroll got a lot to do with that, like you said, Jeff. I think that they just solid over there. I think they might, like Daryl said, actually win a playoff game and surprise somebody. So, we're going to see what happens there. Let's go back to the Cowboys. Beat down the Patriots after they lost the week before. Kind of came back to form. Let me ask Jordan to start with. Are the Cowboys back on track now after that beatdown, man?
I guess so. I mean, what did you guys expect? I mean, this is what they've done. This is what they do. I don't care. Okay, we'll see what they look like Sunday night. That's all I got to say about Dallas.
Okay, Jeff.
No, this isn't anything. The Patriots suck. I mean, they don't have a quarterback. They don't have no receivers. Their defense, they lost Christian Gonzalez, which looks like it might be a long-term injury. He's down. Now they went out and traded back for J.C. Jackson. Like, they're in shambles. And, the team is terrible. They should tank. I don't know what they're doing. They're trying to rock it out with Matt Jones, but it's nothing. The Cowboys beating them is like the Cowboys beating the Giants. It's like all equal. It's terrible.
Toby, what you got to say?
Yeah, I mean, we don't know if they're back. This game doesn't show that they're back because they beat the Patriots. Like Jeff and Jordan said, they beat the Patriots. You can't take too much from the game. It just shows how way off the Patriots are. Like, they got destroyed. Usually with Bill Belichick team, their defense, it's a calling card. But I did say Mac Jones did have a lot of bad turnovers. He started off good and then he's just been going down ever since. He's looking real bad out there. Mike, I know that's your guy, but he's looking bad. But like Jordan said, we're gonna see how how they look against the 49ers. because even if they lose the game, how they play, how they lose is going to, show me a lot if things have actually changed for them. And yeah, we'll see on Sunday night.
Okay, so win or lose, how they play should go show you a lot.
Yeah, depending on how they lose. Like if they lose and it's by because Dak threw those like this late pick again, then we be like, okay, same old Cowboys,
Right.
same old Dak.
Oh, okay, Darryl, what you thinking, bro?
I mean, as far as this game, this wasn't a measuring stick. I mean, just because they played, like, that's going to happen next week. I feel like next week is a must-win. I mean, whenever you play a team that ended your season back-to-back years, as far as the playoffs, ended your hopes and dreams, you got to beat that team. I mean, I thought, like, when Diggs went down, I thought the momentum they had as far as what they built so far in the season was going to kind of die down a little bit. They kept it more than what I thought. And if they get a win against the Niners, that's going to increase that and carry them on throughout the rest of the season. If they lose next week, I feel like that loss is going to stick with them throughout the rest of the year. And it's going to finish however they always finish. But yeah.
I'm kind of with Toby. I think it depends on how they play. I think, if they lose a nail biter, it's different than like getting blown out or having several turnovers. I think that I think Bland actually, he had a nice replacement for Diggs, man. Like he kind of got a little bit of Diggs in him, and don't take as many gambles. So I think he's a good corner. And I thought that I think the offense and the red zone still got a lot to work out. I don't know if they missing Zeke as that bruising back down there or what, but I do think, or it could be the red zone play calling. I don't know. But I think the defense is just as they was, even without Diggs right now. Like, I think that defense is just fast, is solid, is good. I was talking about the Pro Bowler Mac Jones, but you know what I mean? He's still ain't that bad. It is what it is.
He's the alternate.
Man, he's a Pro Bowler, Mac Jones. He was in Hawaii.
Tyler Huntley was
like
a Pro
the
Bowler
third alternate, man. That's it.
He get anybody.
Nah,
Hey, listen, he was in Hawaii. He was at the game. That's all I know. He was playing. That's all like that. But I watched Mac Jones throw for 300 yards, 3 touchdowns on the Eagles. So I don't know how bad is it.
4 passes, didn't he?
I don't know how many passes it was. All I know was 300 yards. But this game he had no touchdowns and 2 picks. So why is it so different? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Everybody,
You know what the common was? Do you know what the common thing was?
What?
Eagles defense.
They both took L's.
Nah, but why the yardage and touchdowns so different? And interceptions though. Same team.
2 L's.
Did not answer my question. Can anybody answer my question, please?
2 L's.
So you
Cowboys
expect
defense
Stafford
is
to carve him
secondary
this
is
week?
better, probably, I guess.
2 L's.
Oh, no, Toby answered it for me. Say it again, Toby?
Cowboys secondary is probably better right now.
Okay, all right. I got this. All right. Because I'm trying to...
Diggs.
Huh?
Even without Diggs, I mean, they look better than the Eagles.
Imagine how good they would have been had he been developing like the way he
Hey,
is
Mike.
now. Wow.
Hey, Mike, ask me who the better team is.
That wasn't the question, man. I'm not hosting you. That wasn't the question. Whatnot.
Hey,
I mean, I can answer that question.
What?
But whatnot. The better team?
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm going. So if I look at point differential, stuff like that, turnover differential, yards, I'm going with the Cowboys. I'm sorry to tell you, whatnot. Yo, Cowboys are outscoring their opponents by like 100 points this season, yo.
Wow.
Eagles just won by 3 points. They beat the Patriots by 4 points. They beat the Minnesota by like 5 points. Cowboys winning 40-0, 30-10, 30-3, and with the
them games, yo.
hold on.
That's crazy, right?
Hold on. And with the hold on. With the common opponent, the Patriots, Cowboys 38-3, Eagles 25-21.
Bro, nobody's
So-
buying into that, bro.
So if you got a common opponent, I still can't get the difference. I'm trying to figure this out, whatnot, but nobody can tell me like why one game look like that.
What's not common is 4-0.
You see how you answer my question? You see how you answer my
We're
question?
3-1. That's what's not common.
I'm moving forward for it, man. But I'm just saying, listen, when you have common opponents, that's a good measuring stick
Yeah.
to me. And one game I see, one game I didn't see.
It's any given Sunday, man. They lost to the Cardinals. But hold on. We're going to get to the Eagles. So
we here now. We here now.
we're going to get to the Eagles.
We here now. We here now. Right here.
Perfect
Topic
time.
number 5. A good segue. Eagles barely survived the Commanders. And if not for Riverboat Ron not being Riverboat Ron, they might have lost that game or whatever. But I guess it's time to really worry about them as an actual Super Bowl contender watching these survival games. Let me start with Jeff. Over.
So, what we talking about? The Eagles here?
Yeah.
Come on, man. Listen. They're listen. 1974, the team that lost in the Super Bowl in the NFC has not repeated. The last time was the Minnesota Vikings, 1974. Now, history sometimes it repeat itself, but sometimes it's just a pattern intentionally done like that. No one's gonna repeat. The Eagles they look good. I'm glad they running crazy, right? They got Swift looking like top, like a real top back. Like, I don't know. Detroit might have fumbled that bag right there. The funny part about that is, they already have running back play, and Jalen Hurts really doesn't have to do much. He's not giving us that power from last season, but it's cool. He's just managing the games because that's all they're really needing him to do. Make a few throws here and there, hand it off about 30 times, let him do what to do. Defense going to shut everybody down. Now, look, the schedule is who they play. And look, maybe they just played all the way up until the very last game of the NFL season. And now we back all the way again doing it again. We know that the off seasons are smaller now because now they make them start going earlier. It might be a little fatigue. And again, that's another reason I don't think they're going to repeat and go win the Super Bowl because they're gassed. The way they play as a team, that gritty run you down stuff, it's going to turn out. And I just don't know if Jalen Hurts has it to throw us a 4,500 passing yard, 38 touchdown, 10 interception season right now.
That's why I like Jeff, man. He got great insight. But go ahead, Darryl. You next one.
For me, for the Eagles, I put them in like kind of the same situation for the Chiefs. Like kind of to piggyback off what Jeff said.
Really? Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Both teams, like they're good enough to like get by, like without putting together the full game. Like they can get by almost the entire season, but making the playoffs, that's like not even a question as far as making the playoffs. But as far as like putting their team together to compete and knocking out the top teams, I feel like the only competition right now is the Niners. And right now the Eagles showing them vulnerability as far as they're not playing up to the Niner level as of right now, but they got time to improve and get better.
Okay, I like that insight. Toby?
Yeah. I mean, is it time to worry about the Eagles as Super Bowl contenders? I mean, there's only really two teams right now that we look at in the NFC that's really Super Bowl contenders, and that's the two teams that were in the NFC Championship last year, 49ers and the Eagles. So by that, I have to say yes. They've always been contenders, even going into the season because they just went to the Super Bowl last year. So, they're winning ugly right now. They're not blowing people out like Mike wants them to do, like the Cowboys are doing, but they're getting the W's. And I believe they're undefeated right now. So, hey, they're a better team than everybody in the NFC right now. So,
you still saying that?
I mean, they're undefeated. I have to give them.
That's his motto.
They went to the Super Bowl, and right now,
all right.
the team is probably the Niners, but last time they played the Niners, they beat the Niners. And so, yeah.
Okay. I was asking question. Jordan, man, go off on your team, bro. Go ahead, man.
I mean, in regards to the actual game, like, I'm not. I feel like Jalen really, kind of carried them on offense in the second half. They didn't really try to run it too much. He can do that when they need him to. If they're not really, running the ball well or not trying to even establish the run. He wasn't really doing that well the first couple of weeks. We saw that in this game. So the shit about him not being the same, we can put that shit to bed.
Okay, all right.
The second thing is, I don't hear you saying the same thing about the Chiefs when we look better than them. If the Chiefs come to Philly and play like that, They getting smacked around.
You can't even smack
They
the
feel
Commanders
like
around.
I don't give a shit. We smacked them around. Bro, you looking at the score. We smacked them around. We
Bro,
should have the game.
if Ron goes for 2, the game is over.
We beat ourselves in the first half.
Right.
We beat ourselves in the first half. And that's not being focused. That's like, oh, okay, second half, we turned over to whoop their ass. That's what they did. That's what they did. If they put, we win in games. Daryl said it. We win in games and we're not even putting the full 4 quarters together. We're not even putting the full 4 quarters. And the Chiefs are doing the same thing, but you don't say nothing about the Chiefs.
Can you put the full?
Can
you put the full 4 quarters together? That's the question.
And we 4-0.
You just said you said.
Oh, you said, well, yeah.
I said.
Look, I'm gonna tell you this: when it's time for
My Eagles. He's right.
look, I'm telling you, bro. When it's time for them to play a big team, the big boys. When we see Miami, shit. When we see the Jets, when we see we got Dallas, when we see the Niners, when we see Buffalo, they gonna get up for that. You're not gonna see a lackluster 4 quarters. You're gonna see a fully focused 4 quarters of football. They coming into these.
Number one, okay. Let me ask you a question. The Chiefs, this coaching staff, this
3-1
quarterback.
3-1, by the way.
Can I finish this? Damn, I can't finish my thought. This quarterback, this tight end, they got 2 Super Bowls. That's why they get more leeway because they've proven it. They've been to 5 straight AFC Championship games. So when Daryl say they like the Chiefs, I don't know how. They don't have the pedigree of the Chiefs. They had one good season. Like
I mean, as far as like currently in this.
And this what how?
Like,
how?
as
They
far as,
pedigree.
I'm not talking about like status. I'm talking about like what they're going through right now.
What happened?
Everybody feel they hate through the camera.
Nah, Jeff, am I making points?
You're right, bro. Like,
Yeah, like how you gonna say the Chiefs when they got 2 Super Bowl and they're the current Super Bowl champions?
they got a Super
I'm talking
Bowl
about what they're going through,
superstar
like their
quarterback.
struggles. That's
Like,
it.
what?
That's it. That's why only reason why I compare them.
What? No, not at all. Not at all.
Wait. So the Chiefs can struggle against the Jets. The
So
Chiefs
They
can
ranked it up
struggle
on them
against the
17 nothing in the
Jaguars.
first quarter, and they
The Chiefs
literally
can struggle against Detroit and lose, right?
With no Kelsey, but go ahead, I'm listening. And no what's my man on defense or whatever, their best defensive player.
Jones.
Jones, yeah. But listen, hold on. The Chiefs can, right? Because we watched them.
Wait. But Dallas can lose to Arizona, and you'll say that they're better than us. But you'll say that they're better than us. But we're 4-0, bro.
Bro, it's about how they playing. But let me forget Dallas for a second. I'll go back to Dallas. The Chiefs, they can do that because they do it every year and still win Super Bowls. So we watch them do it and still win Super Bowls. At the end of the season, they still win it. Stuff like that. So
What are you trying to say? We don't have credentials?
no, you don't. You had one good season with Jalen Hurts.
Hey.
Literally, you had one good season.
We're talking
And
about this
Nick
season.
Sirianni, I don't even know if he's a great coach or not.
We're 4-0. Oh my God.
Yeah, okay. Let's go back to this season then. Go ahead, Jeff. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Jeff.
But Jalen definitely looks different. You keep saying this.
Yeah, he do look different.
This season as he hit the whole last season.
He just had 300 yards and 2 times.
And 2,
What's
yeah.
different? No picks.
Another
What's
pick.
different?
No.
What do you
Yeah,
want? What
this
else
is
do
best
you
game the whole season. He had 2 touchdowns.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, one good game. And Swift had 56 yards, by the way, Jeff. He ain't run the ball that great against that game.
I know, I saw that.
Yeah, because I had it for over 75 on the prop and I lost. I was kind of mad about that. But that's not it.
I don't know what else that you want the Eagles to do to prove to you that we are.
Bro, they gotta have at least.
We're still a Super Bowl contender. Like that's nuts for you to say that.
Can they have one game where they dominate? Like one?
Had the Chiefs had a game to dominate?
Why are we talking about the Chiefs again? Yes,
bro.
they did. They went up 35. They went up 35-0 on who was that? The Titans a couple weeks ago. Bears. Yeah, they dominated.
Yeah, they did.
The Bears aren't better than the Patriots, the Vikings, or who else did we just play? Or Tampa. So what do you mean?
Y'all ain't have no game like that. Like, can I get one? Y'all play the Jets in 2 weeks. We'll see. Or whatever like that. But anyway, to the question, I don't know, man. I'm still questioning the Super Bowl contenders. I don't agree with Toby. I get what your logic, Toby, but I'm still thinking Niners is the best team in the NFC. Actually, not the best team in the NFL. I would say not even NFC, in my opinion. Right now on that. Let me move on, man. I love Jordan. Dolphins though get blown out by the Bills. So are the Bills now the best team in the AFC? And what's your thoughts on the Dolphins now? Let me go to Toby since he was a Dolphins hater from the beginning.
I mean, I end up picking the Dolphins because y'all had me drinking their Kool-Aid, talking about two. They just blew out the Denver Broncos. They put up 70. Yeah, I'm gonna pick them against the Bills. They're gonna go undefeated on the hot streak, and then they just
I didn't pick the Dolphins. I don't know
They got
Kool-Aid you
mad.
drunk.
Initially,
I
I
don't
did.
know what Kool-Aid you drunk.
The Bills, are they the best team in the AFC? No, the Chiefs are the best team in the AFC. That's the team that went to the Super Bowl. That's the team that they probably will lose to in the AFC Championship game. That's what they had. You know, we already know they ain't beating them. So it's like, yeah, the Bills showed that. Well, the Dolphins showed that they can be beaten, and the Bills can beat them, and they're in the same division. So they're the second best team. Chiefs won, like always, and that's it. The Dolphins, I mean, I didn't expect them to get blown out like that. That was very surprising. They showed they could be had. The defense isn't, that great. They're probably going to need Ramsey back, soon. Yeah. That's all I
say. Give me some. At least Toby consistent. He's staying with the Chiefs. They're in the Super Bowl, so he consistent on both sides. I had to give it back. Jordan, what's your football analysis on that Dolphins Bills game?
I mean, like, I had Buffalo. I figured that they would honestly beat them. They had a good game plan. They got to the QB. I feel like two is a one hitch. Get the ball out. Two hitch, get the ball out. You know what I mean? When you take that shit away, you know what I mean? Now you got to do a little bit dancing, you know what I mean? And the plays aren't designed for him to be sitting back there 3-4 seconds, you feel me? 1-2. Like, so that's what they did to him, you know what I mean? And if teams can do that to him, that's how you can slow them down. So they got to come up with some other ways to be effective when teams take that away. They couldn't run the ball against Buffalo, you know what I mean? And I mean, they are built to be able to play from behind, but you can't, protect them. Obviously, they had, I think 5+ sacks in the game, I believe. So if he's not, protected, he's a sitting duck. Literally.
Daryl, let me get you in here. How you felt about that game? What's your thoughts on that game?
I mean, that was a statement game or statement win for the Bills.
Oh, hold on, my fault, Daryl. Hold on, one question. The question to Jordan was, are the Bills the best team in the AFC right now? To you?
I mean, I would respect the Chiefs.
Okay.
But they look like the best team so far. And I know that the record doesn't really say, well, I mean, I don't know about, the record doesn't say this. But I think Baltimore's 3-1? Baltimore's 3-1? Or
yep.
2-2?
3-1.
I would give some consideration to Baltimore.
Wow, okay. I don't know what's up with Toby. Daryl, go ahead, bro.
I was saying, that was a statement win for the Bills. I mean, going into it, all the hype was on the Dolphins as far as being the number one team. And with me, like going back to that first game for the Bills, what kind of scared me, because what we saw was kind of what plagued them last year as far as Josh Allen turned the ball over. But ever since then, he's cleaned that up. And that defense, they've been turning the ball over at a crazy rate. And once they turn the ball over, get the ball in the hands of Josh Allen, he's putting the ball in the end zone. And that recipe, they can they can blow teams out like they have been the last 3 weeks. And I think it might hurt them losing Tre'Davious White. But the thing is, they're getting Von Miller back, and that's only going to help them, like that defense. Right now, over the past 3 weeks, I think they've been playing the best in the AFC because they're as far as defense, no defense has been playing better than them so far. And no offense had been putting up the points like they had in the last 3 weeks. So right now, as we speak, I put them number one in the AFC.
Jeff, your thoughts, man?
Those two play each other really well. The Dolphins have been playing really well against the Bills the last 2 times. and then the Bills prior to that had got their number up on them. I figured it would be. I picked the Bills here on the show because I just felt like the Bills were on the roll, and Josh Allen is just getting his groove again. He was super efficient, 21 to 25. Like that's really really efficient for him, you know. And since the turnover talk, he has kind of tamed himself, but I still think it's an ugly pimple. And at some point, it'll rise its head again. And that's what's plagued them, you know, going the last couple of years with preventing them from getting to the Super Bowl, stuff like that. And management, you know, like clock management, stuff like that. So, you know, the Bills beating up on the Dolphins, yeah, it wasn't bad, but because it's the Bills, they're still good. Like, damn, they still in Super Bowl consideration. Like them giving them a 40 burger, it's just not as bad as somebody else doing. Like I could see them giving them a 40 burger because the way they play each other. So, like I said, the Bills are getting back on top. They're not the best team in the AFC. The Chiefs remain hold thrown to that. Sad that the Bills lost Tre'Davious White because I think he just came back from injury not too long ago. Actually.
Achilles.
Yeah, so
No,
it's like,
ACL.
that sucks. And had they had him and got Von Miller back, they would have been a force to reckon with because the Chiefs really don't have a cornerback of that magnitude in their roster. So.
I think the Bills' defense is what I really saw. Like I was talking about, what kind of did the job on the Dolphins. I think on the other side of the ball, the Dolphins' defense got to get better. You know what I mean? Like I know, like Jordan said, they did kind of, you know, stymie Tua on that side, but the Dolphins defense did nothing to stop Josh Allen or Stephon Diggs or nobody like that. So I don't know what they need. I guess when Jay Ram come back, when he come back on that.
6. This Ramsey you can put on Diggs.
Yeah.
I feel like the Dolphins, the schedule worked out for them because now later in the year they don't got to go in the cold and go up to Buffalo. That I think like that next game they play, that's going to determine that division later on the year.
Yeah,
Okay.
they definitely have the. Well, I mean, yeah, for sure. I don't know if they'll have the same advantage that time of the year. You know what I mean with the weather, because the weather, I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Even when they played them last year, and they beat them, everybody was so shocked. But it was early in the season. It was still August. You know what I'm saying? It was like it was still early September. So
I think it was
sometimes
snowing.
it was hot today. That was in Buffalo though. I'm talking about in Miami. They had such an advantage because early in the season it shit was so hot. They used to that shit. Like,
But even in the other game they played them, it was the Dolphins showed they keep up. It wasn't like lopsided. It was like the Dolphins showed they could hold their weight both games.
for sure.
All right. Well, let me move forward. To answer the question, I'm rolling with the Bills. I know the Chiefs got the pedigree and everything like that, but as of right now, I'm gonna roll with the. But I don't, you know, I'm going with what I see. I'm going with the Bills. Stuff like
They
that.
have no pedigree. Bills have no pedigree. No championship pedigree.
They don't, but the question is right now, but it's in AFC. I'm going with the Bills. Like what I see, they
lost
you know,
to the Jets, and Chiefs just beat the Jets.
Okay, I mean, right.
Okay, you know, the pyramid scheme. Okay.
All right. Well, don't laugh too hard, Jeff. Because the next topic was about your Saints and your Raiders both. No, that's just a topic, but they both did lose though. You know what I'm saying? But especially the Saints and the who was that? Saints and Bucks. Yeah, let's talk about that game. What happened in that game, Jeff? How you felt about that, man?
Well, see, the bad part was they should have just went with Jameis. Like instead, they let Derek Carr play, and he couldn't really throw the ball like that. Now, I guess you want to be heroic and you want to be there for your team, but sometimes you got to realize when you're a detriment to your team. And him being able to not get the ball down the field, like that held them back. They should have went with Jameis. Like you got a valuable, serviceable backup on the field. That's why I don't like Dennis Allen. You know, that's why we fired him because he's never really been a good decision maker like that. Really, let's think about it. Like this team is equipped to play elite football amongst the best in the NFC. They have a top 10 defense. They're getting to I'm just saying, like they have everything that a team would need. You got Chris Olave, he's playing great in his second year. He blossomed last year. You got some of Mike Thomas It's not what it used to be, but still,
They don't have the
this team on
quarterback.
defense is good. That's what I'm saying. Like, Jameis would have been all right playing against the Bucks. A revenge game, Baker on the other side, he might have really turned up. I think they should have let him play. Instead, they let Carr play. But Carr couldn't get the ball down the field and it was entirely wasted Sunday afternoon.
Yeah, Jordan like, bro. You funny as hell. But Daryl, what's your thoughts on that Saints Bucks game, man? Real quick.
I'm sorry with the Bucks. I mean,
Yeah, it's all the
as much
Bucks.
as I hated on Baker throughout his career, I kind of like as a football fan, it kind of feels good like him finding a situation where he can just play good football. Like going into the year, I thought this is gonna be the first year that Mike Evans not gonna have 1,000 yards, but it doesn't look like that. I mean, like he's still kind of making bad decisions at key times. But he's getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers, and but I think with the Saints, like once Alvin Kamara gets his footing, that's going to open the dynamic for that team, and it's going to make that division competitive. Because that's going to take less pressure off Derek Carr, and from there it's going to open up the play action, getting the ball in the hand of their receivers. I like their three with Olave, Thomas, and Shaheed. I think so. I feel like once Alvin Kamara gets his footing, that's gonna make that division competitive. And I think it's going to come down to just like the Bills and the Dolphins. It's going to come down to that next game that the Bucks and the Saints play for that division.
Jordan, your thoughts on that game, bro? Saints and Bucks.
I mean, what
On,
is
on either team?
Yeah, hitter.
I mean, I don't believe in the. I don't believe the Saints can. I don't believe either of these teams can make noise in the playoffs against the four division winners or wild card teams, because outside of maybe like in the world that I live in, Eagles are winning the division, so the Cowboys are going to be a wild card team. So we just talked about it earlier. The Seahawks are Tampa and the Saints better than Seattle. Do I trust Geno Smith, Derek Carr, or Baker Mayfield? I trust Geno Smith. So, and I think the Seahawks are a better team than both of those teams. So, I mean, one of those teams are going to win the division. I'll put my money on Tampa Bay. I think they're a little bit more solid. I think Baker Mayfield is actually a little bit more solid than Derek Carr, to be transparent. So that's what I think about them.
All right, Toby, how you think about those teams in that game?
I think we were talking about the Saints to the Bucks. We're talking about them because of Jeff. Because Jeff Saints, he was really fine.
Facts.
Because Mike,
There's lost to Baker Mayfield.
Right.
By the way, they're not winning this division. The Saints, they're not winning this division. I feel like the Bucks are going to win the division. They're looking good. Baker isn't killing his team. He's looking better. Everybody doubted him. I don't think we're seeing as many commercials anymore, so that's good on his part. And maybe they could, surprise people. When it comes to, I heard something about them and Seattle. To me, that'll probably be a tough game. I think Tampa has a good defense. They have a lot of guys that be playing around over there. And if Baker don't kill them, they could beat. They probably could beat them. So the Saints, they have quarterback issues. Derek Carr, even when healthy, he was always iffy. And then you got Jameis. He's going to do Jameis things. Throw picks most likely. So the Saints, they have a good defense, but we always know they lacked in the quarterback department. That's gonna they just lost to Tampa Bay in division, so that's gonna hurt them right there. And we'll see what Tampa Bay does. I'm interested to see what Tampa Bay does this season. They're 3-1 so far, so let's see what they do. I think they play the Lions next. That'll be a good game. I think that'll be a good game. That'll be a good test.
Yeah, I had no doubt the Bucks was gonna win this game. I think Tampa a lot better than people think they are. I think they're gonna win like 10, 11 games. I think they can beat Seattle in a playoff game.
They could, but I think that Seattle's a better team. But it's doable, facts.
Definitely doable. I think Baker's history, still plays in a lot of people's minds and stuff like that. But I think he's a decent quarterback. You know what I mean? And he got the weapons right now. Mike Evans, like you said, he's still Mike Evans. Godwin's still there. Godwin then finally got back to what Godwin was. So I don't think to bust that bet. I think people, I don't know, because they lost to the Eagles in a rainstorm. People think they're not as good as they are, but I think the Bucks are pretty good. So, in my opinion. So let me move forward. Huh?
Who cares what you think?
I mean, we know the Saints saying that. We know the Saints when there was never a top team in the NFC, like you said, or a top 5 or top 10 or whatever like that. So
Saying they got players at every position, man.
oh, come on.
I mean, nah, they do, but like it's just very
Defense, they
hard.
got every level. They got Lattimore in the corner. They got Demario Davis at the linebacker, and they got Cam
That's
Jordan on the front line.
They're not better than the top 4 teams in the NFC.
5 probably, but they ain't gonna make the playoffs. Put it like that. Anyway, moving forward, top 5 receivers right now. Switch to last week's quarterback, this week receivers. Let me start with Jordan. What you got, bro? Right now, today though.
That's so hard, bro, because, like, I mean, just today, I mean, the first 2 that come to mind, Justin Jefferson and Tyreek Hill.
Okay.
Those are the first 2 that are going to come to my mind.
All right.
I mean, Stephon Diggs is probably 3rd. He's in that category.
So it's not that hard. You already said 3 receivers.
Nah, I know. Nah, yeah. You know, I got to throw AJ in the mix. You know, I got to throw AJ in the mix. And then I would probably put Jamar Chase. At 5.
All
I
right.
would have Jettas, Hill, Diggs, 8. I would actually probably take Chase and then AJ. Not gonna lie.
Okay. Toby, you ready? You got yours?
Yeah, I'm gonna go, of course, Jefferson, Hill, number 2, 3. I'm gonna go Diggs, 4. I'm gonna go 4. I'm gonna go Devontae Adams.
Thank you.
And
That's why he was waiting for that.
Who did they put it?
I honestly forgot about the
5. I'm gonna go.
I was about to say,
I'm gonna go
like-
AJ Brown 5.
Okay. All right, Daryl. What you got, bro?
Me, kind of, my top 2 the same, but with Jordan, as far
All
as Jefferson and Hill, number 1 and 2. 3, I got Devontae. 4, I got Diggs, and 5, Chase.
Okay. Jeff, what you got?
We're talking about on the field this season.
Yeah, right now. Today.
This season,
Yeah.
I got. All right, so that means I got a.
Here we go. It's gonna be so strange.
Who?
Yo, you better
Who
not
get
say
the
that.
Kua? Who get the Kua? Freaking Tutu Atwell.
Yo, literally, yo. You better
Here I
not.
go.
Brandon Ayuk.
That's good, man.
Like,
I got Jefferson. I got Hill. I
Uh,
got Jefferson, Hill, Adams. I got Diggs, but then I got Nico Collins.
I thought you were gonna say like, it's always Jeff, yo. It's
Statistics
always.
say he a top 5 receiver right now.
You're right. You're right.
Statistics say he a top 5 receiver right now in the league.
For me, I take out Chase and I put in Keenan Allen as far as like right now.
Come on, man. Don't be
So
switching
this
up
season.
now, dog.
Chase shouldn't be nobody
did
top 5
forget
this
about
season right now.
Who?
Chase shouldn't be nobody top 5 this season right now.
Chase
Okay,
got
yeah.
Kua.
That's what I said.
I mean, if you want to take him out, I'll put Devontae in there, but like AJ
Could have anyway.
just got drugs test from 9 for 175 2 tugs.
I put AJ in my number 5.
Brown.
Well, I'm gonna go. I haven't went yet, so I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go. Top 2, yeah, Jefferson Hill, because they just unstoppable. Really, like you can't guard them. I like Diggs. I always love Diggs. Diggs will be number 3. And I can't do Puka or none of these people you talking about, Jeff. Nico, Puka, Tutu, all these. Okay, come on. Well, all these people, but I'm gonna go probably Chase and Brown. I'm with Jordan. I actually like. Well, I got AJ Brown on my fantasy team in another league, so I'm
said Diggs?
no, Chase and Brown. Chase still nice, yo. Like
Good
don't
Diggs,
sleep.
that's true.
Like Chase said, he always open, yo.
Chase
So-
that bull. Yeah, Chase is that bull. Like,
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
like Jamar could be like.
We gotta be
Top
getting
two.
ready to axe out because if
Yeah,
Joe
man.
is hurt, we're gonna need to slide.
Yeah. Yeah, and also I want to say I'm hitting in the top 5, but CD been playing real good too, yo. Like on some real stuff, like watching.
Rare scheme, yeah. Yeah,
Top 10,
like-
top 10 right now.
If Garrett Wilson had Aaron Rodgers, boy,
Oh
Garrett
yeah,
Wilson would be up there too, man.
he's
That
nice.
boy,
He's nice.
Garrett Wilson different.
Yeah. He's nice. He's nice.
They
Definitely nice.
weren't protecting nobody. They were terrible last year, terrible this year. I don't know why he thought he was gonna make it better.
All right, Jordan. Besides your Jets over Broncos, man, who else you got this week for the bets, man?
Man. So I was just gonna probably do straight money line,
Whatever you want. Whatever you want.
whatever I want.
Yeah, whatever you want.
All right. So my top 3, definitely Jets money line.
Tough game.
Jets money line, Bengals money line. They got Arizona. I like that. And then Baltimore money line. Sorry.
Baltimore
With the Jets,
over.
like,
Wow. Really? Okay.
What, bro? Like,
The Jets play the Broncos, but it's only 1.5 anyway. So if I would take that, I would just take the 1.5 with the Jets. Honestly.
I mean, like, they're going to beat Denver. This is unrighteous. Do you guys really think they're not going to beat Denver?
I
I feel
don't.
like just
I mean,
in sports
you
in
guys-
general, I always had trouble putting all my faith in a New York team. Just even when they favored, like something always happened.
Yeah,
Have
what?
you seen the Denver Broncos the last 1 week?
Yo, Russ threw for like 300 2 weeks in a row.
Mac Jones threw for 300 and took an L too.
I said 2 weeks.
He made 300 too.
okay.
Hilarious. I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna go away from the money line since you did that. I'm gonna go with the. It's gonna be money line, but I'm gonna go with the Texans. They get in 2 from the Falcons. It'll be money line. You can take the 2. Have you one do it, but Texans gonna win that game. I think. I like the Texans.
If I didn't see that.
Yeah. The Niners gonna cover the 3 over the Cowboys, even though that's a spoiler for our later thing. 3.5. They should cover that. And I'm not taking the Ravens. That's trash, Jordan. By the way.
That was a good move.
And I think the Bills actually, even though they're going to London. No, that's an early game in London. I don't know about that. Hold on.
Yeah, relax.
Yeah, I'm gonna relax on that one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take. I'm gonna take Jeff his Saints with the Patriots actually. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that too. Whatever like that.
Y'all
So,
say
Yeah.
Dolphins over the Giants?
Dolphins gonna beat the Giants, but it's 11-point spread, so it's not no money. It's an easy game.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
smack.
Huh?
Yo,
Would I take the 11? I might give that 11 though. The Giants is trash.
Bro, I bumped that up.
the
Man, you
Chiefs
gambling.
got the Vikings at Minnesota. They got them covering 4. That's
Yeah.
a smackdown.
I don't know, man, because Kirk Cousins way better than Zach Wilson. Chiefs defense ain't look that great, man. So I don't know about that. It could be a close game.
Vikings defense trash.
I think they just
that's-
played down.
Yeah, I think that's a smackdown. That's a
Yeah. Well, while we doing that, let's go to the pick'ems real quick.
Right.
So, the facts. Last week, the Bucks, Rams. It was Bucks, Saints, and we all had the Bucks except for Daryl. He had the Saints. I don't know why, but he had the Saints, so Daryl lost that one. And Jeff didn't pick his Saints. That's straight. That's great. Now think about it. He picked the Bucks. Whatever. So,
I pick with my mind, not with my heart.
and then on another game, Rams and Colts. Me, Jordan, Darryl, and Jeff had the Rams. Toby had the Colts by himself, so he lost that
I
game.
put the Colts.
You did pick the Colts, yeah.
That's the Rams fault. I don't know why.
You were going back and forth, matter of fact. I remember that. And then the Dolphins, of course, we already know that Daryl, myself, and Toby had the Dolphins. Jordan and Jeff had the Bills. So, last week, I was 2-1 because I had the Dolphins. Jordan was 3-0. Jeff was finally 3-0. Shout out to Jeff. And Toby was 1-2, as usual. No, and Daryl was 1-2 as well. So
Who was I in the basement with last time? They was like, yeah, screw him out of here, bro. See you later.
So I'm gonna have to get your season tally down there. I don't have it right now, but Jordan, you 10-2. I'm 9-3, right behind you. Jeff, you 6-6 now, 500, and Toby, you 4-8. So
Yeah.
I let you have that because I could have went to the Bills too, but I said let me try something different. But
Next 2 weeks, 3 weeks, I'm coming back.
Nah, you done.
he said you done. This week, we're gonna go Cowboys, 49ers, Texans, Falcons, and Titans, Colts. I kind of gave some of these away at my picks, but I'll let y'all pick them and whatnot as well. So, Jeff, why don't you start, bro?
I'm gonna go 49ers, Texans, and Titans.
49ers, Texans. Okay. That's gonna be the swing game right there. The Titans, Colts. Watch. Jordan, what you got, bro?
Pains me to say, I'm actually going to take Dallas. I'm going to take Texans, and I'm going to take the Titans as well.
Oh wow. Okay. Toby, you ready?
Who's at home for the Cowboys game?
Niners.
I believe it's yeah.
Who's in Cowboys? Dallas?
No.
Oh, 49ers?
It's in San Fran.
Okay, I'm taking the 49ers. I'm taking the Texans and the Colts, Titans. I'm going to take the Colts.
You and your Colts. You love your Colts, huh? Let's see.
I don't know. I was tempted with that one too. It's Richardson back. He was trying to.
JC might be back too.
He gonna take a couple.
He might be
games.
back. Oh, lock that in.
Huh?
All right, Darryl, what you got, bro? In these games?
I got Niners, Texans, and Colts.
Oh, simple. Niners, Texans, Colts. Yeah. All right, I told you it's gonna be the swing game. That Colts and Titans game. Let's see, Darryl. Nobody got the Falcons, huh? Okay.
Nah.
Uh,
No faith in Ritter. Ritter's terrible.
Not from what I saw.
Ritter.
Giving the ball away.
In that game, that joke was
And the
crazy.
crazy part is Robinson had 14 carries for 105.
How's that crazy?
I'm just saying, like, he had a fantastic game, and Ritter was just so trash, it was overshadowed. Like,
I mean, yeah, they gotta get. I was saying go to Heineke, but I mean he did come out and have a good second half in that first drive.
that first drive, that's it.
And then it was like
He went back
I heard they might
to.
try to trade Fields.
He is who he thought he was.
Wait. You had the Niners, Darryl?
Yeah.
Only got the Cowboys is Jordan, huh?
Yeah.
Let's
Um,
see.
The irony.
weird, right? The irony in that.
The
I'm trying to
irony.
keep my streak alive.
I know, but now I want to take the Cowboys. Cause he took the Cowboys. Let me see.
But they're not going to win, man. They're not beating them in San Fran of all places.
I mean, Daryl did mention it. You know, it's a lot of motivating factors involved in this game, and I bet you they're trying to show people. You know, and Mike McCarthy has some decent play calling. You've had 2 years to see what they can do to you. If they don't win this fucking game, they're not going to the Super Bowl. Excuse me.
They'll never beat the Niners. And I'm with that.
They're not going to.
I'm going with the Niners on that. I'm sorry, man. I just don't trust them. I just don't
If they don't
trust
win this game, they don't have a shot at going to the Super Bowl. They ain't got a shot at beating us.
It's gonna haunt them for the rest of the year.
them, bro.
That's the
Depends how
Charles
they
Haley
lose, bro.
curse.
Depends how they lose.
I'm
That's
telling you
the
right
Charles
now.
Haley
Now,
curse. They explode everything to get Charles Haley.
this will also be the best test that San Fran has had.
Yeah.
Since
And Brock Purdy
Yeah.
more
and
specifically.
Brock Purdy. And like Jeff mentioned last show, that the last 2 games that they got knocked out, they were close games. 2 years ago, they lost because Dak didn't know the rules. And last year they lost because, Dak fashion. But, we'll see. I think it's going to be a lot closer game. This is going to be a close game. I think the Cowboys are going to pull it out.
I'm gonna roll with
each other well.
I'm gonna roll with the Titans too, and also the Texans who already picked them pick 'ems. But I'm gonna roll with the Niners though. I think Dak gonna make some. It'll come down to Purdy versus Dak. I think Dak gonna make a late mistake that'll bother me, and I also think Niners can bottle up the Cowboys running game. Where I don't think the Cowboys can do the same thing to the Niners and C-Mac. So that's my that's my predictions.
Can I ask you one more question?
Yeah.
What's your top 5 NFC teams right now? In order.
Well, we can say that for the panel then. That's not only just me here, but okay. I'm gonna go with man. Okay, that's tough. Whew. Top 5. Niners, option number 1. They might be the best team in the NFL. Totally. 2 and 3 is tough, man. I'm sorry, yo.
It's only one answer.
Only cause the Cowboys stuck the bed against the Cardinals. I'm gonna have to go with the Eagles because they are 4-0. Then I would go with the Cowboys. Then I would go with I like Seattle, and then after that I'll probably go with the Bucks, stuff like that. So on my 5. Anybody else want to answer that question?
Yes.
I'm gonna go with it. Oh, go ahead, Jeff.
You can go the same thing, really, like the 49ers, the Eagles, Cowboys, the Saints. I'm saying the record tells me, like,
Saints are 2-2.
Huh?
Saints are 2-2.
In contention. Teams are 1-3, some of them. And then this is all NFC, right?
Yeah, he's NFC. Yeah.
This is Detroit.
Okay, that's not a bad one.
Detroit.
Daryl, what you say, man? Top 5 NFCs. We got this bonus question to join next.
I got Niners, Eagles, Cowboys, Lions, Seahawks,
The trendsetter.
and
That's 5.
believe it. That's 5.
Yeah. Toby, what you got? What you got?
I got Niners. No, I got Philly. Niners. Dallas. Detroit. And let me go Tampa Bay.
Okay, yeah, look at that Tampa train. Jordan, what you got since you asked the question, bro?
Nah, I just wanted to check everybody's temperature. You feel me? That's all.
You answer the question then.
See where everybody was at. I mean, I
Yeah,
pretty much
but
got the same list.
wait. I want to switch. I don't know.
I got the Niners, I got the Eagles, I got the Cowboys, I got the Lions, I got the Seahawks.
Okay.
Toby, I don't know, Toby. Think about that.
About what?
Because the Eagles are 4-0.
So the Niners. What's your point?
The Niners 4-0 too?
Yes.
But
You
the
watching
Eagles
this?
still just came from the Super Bowl. Like, they get that.
Yeah. Look, Steph. I put the Eagles number 2. She said the Eagles. Wow. I mean, listen. I'm an objective football viewer, man. I just gotta say nothing. I'm always
crazy.
I'm crazy. I just put him number 2. I always am objective in my thoughts.
Bro,
Like that.
I got shit in my phone about you critiquing the way my man gets his touchdown, bro.
Bro, that's crazy, bro. Anyway, let's finish this show. Thank you all. Thanks, Steph, for watching. Everybody like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks again for being on One Mic Meter. Daryl, man, you know you're on every week, man. You're part of the crew now, man. So please come back. We'll be back next week, Wednesday again, 8 o'clock, to talk about Week 5 of the NFL season. See if these picks came true. See if Toby was able to catch up. If Jeff was able to gain some more ground. If I was able to get some leeway on Jordan. But for that, we out. Peace.
Peace out, guys.